What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Charlie Brown Politics. Of course, I'm Charlie Brown. The IDF is back at it again. They're trying to send out more evidence, so-called evidence, I should say. I call it propaganda, for us to swallow. Of course, I have got Kim Iversen pulled up, and she is going to totally dismantle in real time this propaganda that the IDF, that the Israeli government wants us to swallow. So without further ado, let's let Kim get right into it and do what Kim does.
For the 3D rendering of the Hamas headquarters that they came out with, and Netanyahu tweeted this out and said, this is legit. This is the real thing. This is the proof that this is what they've got under Shifa Hospital. Let's show that again for a refresher. So this is the hospital, and they're saying we can prove it. There's a compound under this hospital with tunnels and rooms, and this is what they're using. And this is the evidence, the undeniable evidence that Netanyahu came out with. Okay, so that's what we're looking for. So remember, this is what we're looking.
Okay, so let's stop it right there. So that's going to be the first thing. My previous video that I just put out covered this exact thing, but Kim was kind of summing it up. The first video that the IDF throws out as propaganda to say that Hamas had a headquarters underneath this Shifa hospital was a computer model. So a computer model should be a red flag for anybody out there as any type of evidence for pretty much any argument. Why? Well, because you can manipulate a computer model to pretty much say whatever you want, okay? Without getting into too much detail, they used a lot of computer models to argue for lockdowns. So, take that as you will. So, I'm going to skip forward a little bit and let Kim keep doing what she does. So, sorry, give me 1 second. There we go.
Shifa Hospital, as you can see from the sign. Shalom everyone, Lieutenant Colonel Jonathan from the IDF here. I am in the Shifa Hospital, as you can see from the sign behind me, and as you can clearly see from the building. We are going to do a one-shot video. One shot, no editing, of all of the evidence that we have found just now in this building of the Shifa Hospital. Inside the MRI center of the Shifa Hospital. Israeli troops breached here a few hours ago, and we have cleared the area, make sure that it's safe. And a few of the most interesting things that we have found totally confirm, without any doubt, that Hamas systematically uses hospitals in their military operations in violation of international law. And what we have found, I think, is only the tip of the iceberg. Let me show you a few examples. Security cameras have been obstructed. All of the security cameras are covered, and this isn't the only one. You'll see the rest of them here. Follow me as we go in, and we will see.
So he says this is some of the most interesting. So remember, they're just inside the hospital. They're inside the MRI building. They're not in an underground tunnel. They're not in that bunker that they claim that they had underground. This is just inside the hospital, and he's saying this is some of the most interesting evidence. Look, they put tape over the security cameras. So that's why we know Hamas was using this. Well, for all we know, they could have gone in there and put tape over the security cameras, or who knows why. Maybe the hospital worried that the IDF was spying on them and they didn't want them to be able to see that. I mean, who knows all the reasons why people put tape over their laptop cameras because they don't want to be spied on. So are they committing crimes because they do that? Let's keep watching.
Completely fucking dismantled. Let's go, Kim.
Watching here.
And see the weapons that
this is the MRI center.
This is where patients come in order to get MRI services. We'll proceed into a more secluded area. And the lighting here is out, so we're using flashlights. We're now, as you can see, in an MRI
they cut the power.
room. I don't know when this was used the last time. But it is definitely an MRI machine. And if you follow me behind the MRI machine, I'll show you what our troops exposed just minutes ago. In military terms, this is a grab bag, grab and go of a Hamas combatant And if you zoom in and we get some light over here, what you'll be able to see is military equipment. There is an AK-47, there are cartridges, ammo, there are grenades in here, of course uniform, and all of this was hidden very conveniently, secretly behind the MRI machine. On the
All right, let me pause it there. So this guy is sitting there claiming that Hamas had weapons, grenades, and guns and AKs next to an MRI machine. Now, quick question out there for you people: how many of you know what an MRI machine is? Well, it's a device that takes an image of your body. How does it take this image? It takes a magnetic reading of your body, meaning that this device is extremely magnetic, and when it's in use, it will suck anything that's magnetic into the device. So let me skip forward again, and Kim's gonna show this, and just this is the type of stuff that they're trying to feed us, people. How many more lies will the American public take? I hope it's starting to turn, but let's digress. Oh, sorry, 1 second.
We have a video of what MRIs do. I think will that make it kind of, okay, yeah, so watch this. This is what an MRI does. Is this a video? Well, look at that. It just sucks up anything that's metal into an MRI machine. You can't even get it out.
So that's gonna be the next point that Kim totally dismantles on this propaganda video that the IDF is trying to force down our throats. Now, another point that Kim brings up, and I'm just gonna say it for time's purposes, is that this hospital had not only doctors that lived in Gaza, but doctors from all around the world that would visit this hospital and work within this hospital. So if you had Hamas militants going in and out of the hospital, storing guns and doing whatever they're claiming Hamas was doing in this hospital, you would have had, these international doctors probably saying, hey, I opened up this random closet and there were like a crap ton of AKs that I found. So, guys, we cannot accept this as evidence. This is unacceptable. I want to skip forward to one more point in this video, and it's going to be covering a laptop that the IDF allowed in their unedited version, but a lot of people saw something wrong with this laptop, per se, that there was a picture of as an Israeli woman on the laptop, and the fact that the laptop had power when this hospital was cut off from power for a long time are a couple of red flags. So the IDF had to go back and blur out the laptop because they knew it gave away their hand. They knew that it gave away that their lies and their propaganda that they're trying to spill. But without further ado, let's let Kim Iversen explain this.
Orders for Hamas for sure. Just that the guns were there. Let's keep playing the video.
Sorry. Let me skip forward a little bit further. There we go.
And then viewers watching it said, that laptop that you guys showed looks like an IDF laptop. And you actually have a picture of an IDF soldier on that laptop. And you claim that these CDs, the CD that were used for the CD drive of the laptop, but that laptop model actually doesn't even have a CD drive. So you guys just clearly planted a laptop there that still has power, by the way, and there's no power in this, and they ran out of power a long time ago, and the laptop has power, which it would have run out a long time ago. So you guys are planting evidence, and it was clearly that they were planting this evidence, and so they ended up blurring out that laptop. Can we skip to that? To where they blur the laptop, so they're just showing more stuff. But let's skip ahead or just show the laptop, the blurred part. I'm going to try to move forward. Here's the part. Okay, so this is the original version and then the edited version where he goes in and the original version shows the laptop, and then in the unedited version, they actually tried to blur the edited version. They blurred it, and they actually cut out. So this is just the blurred version, but then they actually cut parts of this video out entirely, and the new version is just is a little bit shorter than the original version. And so then when they re-uploaded it, they did not say that it was so the edited version ends. So they blurred it out in the edited version and then cut it, and then this just continued on. And the reason is because he's pointing at the laptop, and then people are like, yeah, but that laptop is really suspect. And then he's pointing at a bunch of other stuff, and they ended up editing all of that out of the video. So and then they uploaded it again, and they left out the unedited, uncut, undeniable, and they just posted it and said, watch. Lieutenant Jonathan Conricus exposed countless Hamas weapons IDF troops had uncovered in the Shifa Hospital's MRI building. Okay, then they later today show us a tunnel.
All right. We're going to pause it there, guys. So, like I said, completely fucking dismantled. How long are we going to accept these propaganda narratives? Okay, this isn't the first. Okay, let's go back to the Gulf of Tonkin incident. That was a complete lie that led us to the Vietnam War, where 50,000 of our people died and millions of Vietnamese lives were taken, affected. That's just one. Let's go to the incubator babies for the first Gulf War. That was a complete lie. What about the weapons of mass destruction that led us to the Iraq and Afghanistan war? What happened to the Syrian gas attacks where they claimed Assad gassed his own people because they were trying to get the U.S. to go in there and overthrow Assad? What about the Russiagate? What about the fact that they lied about the Nord Stream 2 pipe bombing? All these things continuously to be lies. So anytime I see something coming out from the U.S. government or a major ally of the U.S. government, I take that with a lot of skepticism. We cannot accept this as evidence, everybody. We just cannot. And if we do, they're going to use this propaganda, these lies against us eventually. That's why it's so important for us to say no to this propaganda, to completely not accept it, to call it out. So that's what I'm trying to do here. Props to Kim on completely just disemboweling that propaganda. How many people have died on the Palestinian side since October 7th? I think the number is over 12,000. Almost half of those are children. That I don't have the specific numbers, but it's breathtaking. And we cannot allow them to continue this genocidal occupation any longer. There are a lot of mass protests and support, and a lot of people calling out this terrible atrocity. People like Kim, obviously major people like Jimmy and Russell Brand are standing in solidarity with Palestine. And it's a lot more than I normally see, but I can't scroll through my Twitter feed without seeing somebody being pulled out of the rubble in Gaza right now, and it's terrible what's going on. So I'm gonna keep speaking out on this. Let's end it here, guys. Tell me your thoughts on the propaganda that the IDF is trying to spill on us. You agree with it? Hopefully not. If you disagree. With that being said, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will catch you on that next episode, guys. Later.